Hello, friends. Welcome to today's story time. We're so happy you're here. Today's story is called Diego and the Great Diamond. It begins with a kind young man who works very hard to help his family. One day, while digging in the ground, he finds something shiny and very special. But the story is not really about the treasure. This is a story about making good choices, loving your family, and doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Diego learns that being kind and respectful can be more valuable than gold or jewels. What would you do if you found something amazing? Would you think only about yourself or about the people you love? Let's listen together and find out what Diego chooses and what he learns. A long, long time ago, there lived a kind-hearted young man named Diego. His family was very poor, and he had to toil in the scorching sun in the fields every single day. That summer was unusually hot and no rain fell. The family farm sat on a rocky hillside, so water didn't seep into the soil easily. For the sake of his family and his crops, Diego decided to dig a well in his front yard. He began to dig alone with a shovel and a pickaxe. With each stroke, the pickaxe struck hard rocks and the shovel moved heavy gravel. For 10 days, he dug without rest. It was when he had dug about 8 meters deep that Diego's pickaxe hit something hard with a peculiar clink sound. It felt different from the surrounding dirt. The inside of the well was dark, but the object he touched was incredibly smooth. Huh? What's this? Diego carefully brushed away the dirt and pulled the object into the light. As it caught the sun, the fist-sized, transparent stone sparkled dazzlingly like a tiny sun. Wow, it's beautiful! Diego, overjoyed, showed the stone to the villagers. An old man known for his discerning eye examined it and gasped. "This is no ordinary stone, Diego. This is a rare, giant diamond." Meanwhile, in the village lived Elena, the only daughter of the wealthiest family in the area, renowned for her beauty and exceptional wisdom. She loved books, cherished nature, and possessed a warm heart that earned her the respect of the community. All the young men admired her, but none dared to approach given her high status and refined grace. Diego was one of those secret admirers. As a poor farmer's son, he would sometimes watch Elena from afar at festivals. Her laughter made him happy, but he never dared to speak. Between them lay an abyss of poverty and wealth. The rumor of Diego's discoveries spread like wildfire across the land. That night, a richly dressed jewel merchant knocked roughly on the door. He thought to himself, "I must buy it before the others arrive." "Master Diego, I'll give you 100 gold coins for that stone." Diego was surprised. 100 gold coins? That's an enormous sum. "All right, please wait a moment. I've stored the stone in a box by my father's bedside." Diego gently entered the room, but his father, exhausted from a lifetime of labor, was in a deep, peaceful sleep, and the key was under his pillow. Diego hesitated. Greed whispered in his mind, but he shook his head. "No, my father has suffered his whole life. I cannot disturb his rest for money." Diego came out empty-handed. "Sir, I'm sorry. I cannot sell it now. The key is under my father's pillow, and I will not wake him to get it." The merchant grew angry and offered 200 gold coins, but Diego remained firm. Finally, the merchant left in a huff. The next morning, famous merchants from all over the country flocked to the house. It looked like a bustling marketplace. A fierce auction ensued, and in the end, Diego sold the diamond for the enormous sum of 3,000 gold coins. After Diego became wealthy, many proposals of marriage arrived from rich families. Elena's parents were among them. However, Diego politely refused them all. "They only look at my wallet," he thought. Then, one evening, someone appeared at his gate. It was the person Diego least expected, Elena. "Hello, Master Diego." Diego was stunned. Elena stood there, dressed simply but elegantly. "I have not come on behalf of my parents," she said. "I have come on my own. Master Diego, I have observed you for a long time. An ordinary person would have found it trivial to wake their father for such a sum of money, yet you valued his rest more, even in the face of a great fortune. I have seen your sincerity, and I want to marry you." Diego was speechless. "But Miss Elena, I am rich now, but I am still an uneducated farmer. The diamond did not make me a true noble." Elena smiled. "The diamond is not what made you special, Diego. It is your heart, and I love that heart." At that moment, Diego felt the walls around his heart crumble. "I have admired you for a long time too," he whispered. The two were married in the most beautiful celebration the village had ever seen. The union of a wealthy family and a family that, though once poor, possessed a noble heart, moved everyone. Years later, the king offered Diego an official position, but he politely declined to stay with his family. The king respected this choice and erected a monument to filial piety in the village. Diego and Elena raised a son and a daughter. As the children grew, Diego would tell them, "The true treasure was not the stone. It was the choice to protect your grandfather's sleep, and the moment your mother knocked on the door of my heart. True blessings are not found in money, but in honoring your parents and loving others with sincerity." Diego and Elena lived happily ever after. People called them the rich in heart, because even though they gained wealth from a diamond, their true treasure was the deep respect they held for their parents and an unwavering devotion to family.